A perfect start to his annual leave, which will have implied a temporal break to all official duties. But for President Jammeh, vacation seems to have a different meaning. It is either on the farms or here, intensifying the search for a permanent solution to the drainage and road problems in Banjul. It is 9 o'clock in Banjul and we have His Excellency the President, Professor Dr. Yaya Jammeh, just concluding his tour of streets of the capital city here in Banjul. Your Excellency, the general public wants to hear you speak to them. What prompted this inspection, sir?
Well, with the advent of the very heavy rains, knowing that the water table in Banjul is very high, knowing that certain areas in Congo have been flooded, that is why I came here. But one of the principal reasons why I came is to work with the NRA and works, and of course potential contractors. This is the time we know the waterway, the direction in which the water flows, which areas are problematic, so that when they are designing the road, we will take those areas into consideration and give it high priority to make sure that by the time we celebrate our 50th independence anniversary, what we call pota anywhere, whether tobacco, you know, they say you call I want to mention that by the time we celebrate our 50th anniversary, that will be history for the previous. So anybody born in the year 2015, this problem we are seeing today would be history that will be narrated to you. When people will tell you, oh, this water here, there used to be a lot of, here, you understand? I feel sad because this is the third time I've come to this area, and where I lived before is the same condition, you know, and so we really have to fix it.
Sifting through the streets of the capital city to areas he may have already visited several times, but the endemic problem of the capital city's drainage system seemed insurmountable. The rise in water level is impacting negatively on lives in Tobacco Road, prompting a spontaneous reaction from residents of this hard-hit corner of the capital city. Yaya Jammeh ñoo gis ci liñ nekk waaye tey la ko fi yàlla indi dañu kontaan ba xamuñ suñ kontaan naka la boobu yàggul buñ ko liggéey woon yoon bi liggéey nañ ko waaye liggéey bi baaxut ndax ñi nekk ca gannaaw tam ya seen néegi ndox mi dafa fees te seen biir ndox lañ nekk seen bagage yi yëpp a yàq ñaata at ñu ngay ñaan Yaya Jammeh dugg ci biir Tobacco Road waaye tey kontaan nañ torop ñu ngi ko sant di ko gërëm. It points to the pain of recording flood experience annually by residents of this neighborhood, be it on Tali Dauda or its connecting streets. The impact is felt all across the board. The diagnoses are being established against the backdrop of growing indifference to the shared responsibility for the routine maintenance of the facilities constructed for public use. And the authorities have become wary of the situation, with President Jammeh calling for the anti-littering laws to be instituted in full force.
The problem we have is the people. Some people are very, very dirty. Because if you put plastic bags into the gutter, obviously it's not going to go. But I blame the authorities, that is the BCC, because they have municipal police, we also have anti-littering laws. Now we're going to amend the law to make sure that within the vicinity of your compound, what in Manika we call steering car, if there is any dirt, whether you dump it there or not, we're going to take you to court for littering. So each person would guard your area of responsibility. Then you will not see somebody coming to them and say, that is the street, nobody owns it. You have your children, you allow somebody to come and dump because you don't give a damn. This is irresponsibility of the highest level and we are not going to accept it. So Operation No Compromise also will be instituted in terms of littering and of course dumping of rubbish. Not only dumping of rubbish, but eating yourself on the street. It's unacceptable. This is the time, you look at the condition of the water. There was one nasty place, just Haven, because they dumped everything there. And then they blew attire and then dumped it into the drain, knowing that it is already blocked. Now people also have to take into consideration their own health, because they live there. I'm not the one who live there. So if you say, oh, the government will, oh, the government doesn't need that. You have your children there. And if you want to make that place filthy, before we clean it, your children get sick.
The tour has started much earlier in the afternoon, parading a long stretch of concrete network in Buckle Street. Its replication is expected to drive government efforts for a transformed landscape of the greater Banjul area, most importantly the vicinity of Half-Dye. Having lived here in his youth days made him many acquaintances, and retracing the trail of history was important to him, but more so to the ordinary people who knew him long before his ascent to power. These are the collections of a president, generating overwhelming attention, especially from Having lived here in his youth days made him many acquaintances, and retracing the trail of history was important to him, but more so to the ordinary people who knew him long before his ascent to power.
It's all blocked. Hey. This is good. Clean every weekend.
He later drove through Hagan, taking the Independence Drive, connecting to Moscow Road and James Senegal, with a final stop at Tali Dauda in Tobacco Road, arousing a spontaneous turnout from across the neighborhood. His comment generates hope and optimism in perhaps the hardest hit areas of Tobacco Road, and hundreds will push with him in appreciation of his concern.
Yaya Jammeh mbeduala en duwata en kontanta bakele din to be kontanere nyame ndo mo fat sedi baleti Banjul Tobacco Road man hadi ñaan la tuda
man nga diga
Tobacco Road la de ka tali
kontaan ngeen de
kontaan nañ suñu xol yi dafa seet
Dawda sa tali Dawda metti lu mel moom garaaw na de
tali Dawda ni mel at yi passé yëpp ñu ngi bëggoon Yaya Jammeh ñoo gis ci liñ nekk waaye tey la ko fi yàlla indi dañu kontaan ba xamuñ suñ kontaan naka la
boobu yàggul buñ ko liggéey woon
yoon bi liggéey nañ ko waaye liggéey bi baaxut ndax ñi dëkk ca gannaaw tan ya seen néegi ndox mi dafa fees tef ci biir ndox lañ nekk seen bagage yi yëpp a yàq ñaata at ñu ngay ñaan Yaya Jammeh dugg ci biir Tobacco Road waaye tey kontaan nañ torop ñu ngi ko sant di ko gërëm di ko ñaanal nag mu yàgg ci place am
ngeen yaakaar
am nañ yaakaar ne gis na ko dinañu ko defal bu soobee yàlla
di nga ne
man Hadi ñaan laa tudd waaw